fold this if I'm looking just to cash. So this is awful. I hate myself with a passion, but I'm looking to cash. Whoa, whoa, Sips has gone out, people. Just put it back. He's gone out. So there we go. We've cashed. We've got no chips. But at least we've cashed, which was part one of the objective. 10-8. So now we're looking for a couple of big hands to try and miracle ourselves back into this event. So 2.7. Remember, I'm going to get called off by anybody in the big blind. Queen 4. Nah. Well, King Jack, best hand I've had in a long time apart from the 5, so we're shoving this. And it's fingers crossed time, but hey, we've cashed, so considering how painful that was, ain't gonna grizzle. Oh well, we got the donkey calling us off, Razzie. So a couple of kings on the flop would be nice, with a jack. Well, that's no good to man or beast. Well, Razzie betting out there. There's a jack, but may well not be good enough the way these guys are playing this one. 3,000. I need a king or a jack. Well, 2 pair, but I don't think it's good enough. There's definitely a queen out there. And it's all in from the shark. 6-3, jack queen. Jack queen, that's pretty sick. 6-3 going for a bluff there, which is nonsense. But what is jack queen getting involved there for? I have to question that, Razzie. I mean, let's just play this one back. I mean, he's priced in both the blinds to call. This is why I hate this call. He's priced both these guys to call in. Don't get me wrong. R2 Spain's bonkers. We've already seen that. But, you know, even a little raise to isolate me. But Jack Queen's not great. And, you know, I have to say, don't like that play, because you really are asking for someone like Ham Jam to wake up with a hand, just go slam bang and dump some all in. These guys could dump all in here. What's Razzie going to do? You know, if a pair here or ace 10 or ace jack decides to make a move and shoves all in, he's just giving away 2,400 chips. So really don't like that flat call. But he miracles, he's 3 outs. Bet call. He got 2 pair now, remember. 3,000's a bit small, but you know, with the flush. But R2's calling off here, and then look at that. Flush is there, and he goes for complete bluff. With total air, but Razzie's never folding that. And the thing is, even if he's calling off with the 4, right, Razzie wouldn't fold that. For 7,000 chips, you've seen what he's played, and he's calling that regardless. There's no point bluffing somebody that's got that queen, and if he's got 2 pair, he's never giving it up. Not in the month of Sundays, and regardless of the board pairing, and regardless of the flush, he'll pay you. So, crazy. Well, Daniel shoving here. Hamjan thinking long and hard about it. 3.5 to call. He hasn't got a big stack, so he obviously is worried about giving away chippos, but he calls. Hey, that's not great. 8-6. Nah, that's a mistake, Hamjam. That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. Well, the break's just finished there, having a nice little debate there with Razzie, who's getting involved here with queens v kings, and he's just got himself. Ooh, hang on, he's still got a chance here. Ooh, that is so sick! Oh my God, Razzie! Oh, that is just rank rotten. I've just bit my tongue. Ouch! Danny Will here. Look at this, raising from Razzie. Repops, obviously snap call from Razzie. Queens v Kings, he's normally stuffed here, but look, that gives him quite a few outs. Well, not quite a few outs I should say. The 10 comes, but look at that sick queen on the river. Don't tell me there's no luck in this game, man. Poor old Danny Woe goes out. Razzie there, big slice of luck. Up to 52,000 chips. We've been having a wee debate on that hand there with Bear. I'll bring it back to you, just so you can see where I'm coming from. 1 second. Here it is here, Razzie with 22.5, ham jam, blind, blind. And all I'm saying here is when Bear shoves his little tiny stack in, right, 2.4, if he's going to play the hand, make it 5 to go. So instead of flat calling me, pricing in these two, and inviting ham jam to make a move, because trust me, if I had anything half decent with Razzie flat calling my raise there, I'd just shove my stack with a 10k chips, just boom, to try and go heads up against me, because even with a raggy hand, right, you know, you're what, 30% chance, probably, worst case scenario against me, considering I'm short stacked. But Razzie there, and this is my debate here, elects to flat. If Hamjan shoves, any of these two shove here, he has to give that up. But a little raise there, making that, say, I don't know, maybe even just 4.5, just to try and make it more expensive for these guys to call. So just an extra 2,000 chips on top of that call, right? 2 to 2.5, which is not a lot considering the size of his stack. Basically keeps all these guys out. Now don't get me wrong, in the end, it was a miracle for him because of what this crazy guy here, artist band did. And then obviously when he catches, he's laughing. But when you're flat calling here, you're inviting these guys here to push on you. And that's my friendly debate with Razzie. So no offense, Razzie, just that's where I'm coming from. So let's have a look at the table. And Scary Biscuits. Marikina Fish, remember, has been running so hot right now. It is ridiculous. Doesn't matter what he plays, what he gets, it's hitting. And when he gets the big hands, he's getting paid. Everything's falling into place for this guy. Razzie, well, you've just seen it, guys. He's gone from 20,000 to 49,000 in a very short space of time. He asked the question, is there a bounty on Bear? Greedy git. But the Norwegian guy there with that monster suck out, absolutely huge. He shouldn't be here by all rights, but he's managed to get away with it. Scorpion S has been also getting a huge run of cards from Romania and hitting some crazy stuff in there as well. So these two from day one have been running hot. Jembera there in 4th, East Coaster in 5th, Charlie Horse 6th, Tricky Penguin in 7th, Sot in 8th, ASD in 9th, and the Brazil in 10th place. Oh, hang on. What happened there? There's been a bit of moving there. Well, hey, Beyond's moved up into the top 10. And we've got 20 people left. So, who's in the bottom there? Hamjam's holding on. Nagy there. Richard there. Slevin. So, hey-ho. Okay, we'll come back, guys. Action here. The Brazil raising on the button. And Richard just shoves right up his snout. Well, Brazil can't call that, can he? Unless he's got a beast. Which he hasn't. And look at those eyes. I think he's just filled his fur. Yep, that is one change of underpants required. Well, half a bet here for Marikina Fish. King, Queen, 4-4. Beyond, unless you got the goodies here, I would not be calling this guy off. Beyond from Belgium by any chance? Yeah, he is. Well, trust me. Can I get some free Stella, please? I've run out. Okay, we'll bring it back. Well, putting it back here, we got a raise here from Raggy and all-in shove by Proper Zing. Raggy elects to call off with Ace Jack. Okay. What was the amount to call off there? 7, 8, 9, nearly 10,000 chips. Ace Jack. It's one of those difficult ones, isn't it, one people? Calls off 10, so it's a race under normal circumstances. 8, 9, 10. 5, 9, and the 10's proper zing. Whoa, big double up, takes a huge chunk off Razzie, and he was cooking with gas at one point. That's he bust his bubble a little bit. Oh, all in shove here, and took ages for Taziri to call that. Ace King calls that. Ace King looking really good until the Queen came. Oh, mind you, Diamond. Sick here. Sick from the King Queen. Taziri, but he's desperate. Watch that again. Well, Taziri there with the miracle. What's that? Wow, worst hand to push with ever by I Don't Use a Pick. King 10, I have to say, I loathe it, I hate it. King Queen's desperate. How much of a stack has he got? 8,000. That's a good debate. Ace King's au natural. And unlucky for the East Coaster. Look at all those outs, all those diamonds. Well, there's one over there, obviously. But Trazeri there with a huge slice of luck. Really, really fortunate, I have to say. 3 outs all he had. He struck gold there. Ace Queen several times. This guy's on an amazing run. He's getting all the cards, and not only that, when he's getting in there, he's getting paid in most cases. So this bear is roasting hot right now. Interesting one here. Razzie raising, and the Panda calls him. Jack 7-7 with 12.5 in the middle. Panda leads into the middle. Very interesting bet. And he repops him back all in here. So the Brazil, what have you got, mate? Well, he's called off Ace-3. I don't believe that King called that. That's pretty sick. Wow. Oh my god. Connectors just said, what the hell's that pot? Proper zing. I don't get some of the play on here. This Romanian is stoned out of his face. This Panda is on something weird, man. I don't know what it is, but it's just bonking. Jack 6, Queen 10, 10 hits. Richard doubling up that. Oh my god, that Panda is absolutely... He has to be stoned. Oh well, man, it's just kicking off here big time. All in here, and proper zing repops to isolate. Let's have a look at what he's got. Jack's v Ace-3. Jack's looking good. Oh, Lord. This game just gets worse. This is... My God. I don't know if I can take much more of this. It's just sickness after sickness, and then you just saw what that Panda did there. Unbelievable. Well, we've got an all-in shove here with Ace Jack. Jack Queen calls. The Brazil here just throwing it in, man, with this stack that he's got out of nowhere with some... I have to say, I'm speechless. I mean, it really, it's frustrating actually to watch it sometimes. But then again, I should come to expect it. I saw it in the other, on some of the tournaments I've played on in Stars recently, and it's just amazing what people would do. So we're gonna raise. The Brazil calls. It's Jack 7-7. The Brazil bets, and Razzie shoves. All right, he now has to call off what for 9.6 kV stack to call that off. Ace beats him. Heart draw beats him. Jack beats him. Sevens beat him on the flop. Any pairs ahead of him as well, obviously. So he's had a stab at it, and he thinks, well, I'm priced in. That's what he's thinking. I'm priced in, and he calls off with King Queen, which is just nonsense. I mean, check raise the flop for for a bluff, but when you bet, to think that you're priced in on that, when you get shoved, it's like, and then look at that run, full house.